Well, we actually got involved with the program back in November of 2019, and we were having problems with our retention, and we had 20 employees that were eligible for the program. Typically, we would keep about 15 of those 20 employees because our retention rate was 75% back in 2019 year to date. So, if our goal was to try to keep, 75% or higher, that's a pretty decent number with people in training. And when the program was over 6 months later, I was shocked to look back at the end of the program and realize that we still had all 20 out of 20, which kind of blew me away with what it accomplished for the company. It was so much more than I realized or thought it would be going in. We had employees who, when they got the certificates, they were posting them on Facebook and Twitter. They were very proud of their accomplishments. Didn't anticipate that. So overall, the program was a tremendous success, and that's why we jumped back in the program as soon as we could again this year in 2020.
The Next Level Jobs program has allowed Koetter to really thoroughly train their employees more than we would have been able to before. And what we've learned is through this training program, they've really taken ownership, and we've been able to retain our employees because of that.
Well, basically from this training program, I've experienced a lot of new things that I didn't know before, as far as learning how to properly operate equipment, and more importantly than anything, safety things, learning how to safely operate around everybody and not mess anything up, and just perform my job to where I can do it most productive as possible without any damage done to anybody or anything.
What we learned is our employees really took ownership. They took a lot of pride in earning that certificate and knowing that they had skin in the game, that, hey, they're not just here for a job, they've made a career, and we've helped enhance that career. Whether they're at Koetter Construction, Koetter Building Services, or any other entity, that's something they can take with them that enhance their career. The Next Level Jobs program has allowed some of our employees to take on a bigger role and responsibility within the company. Some will have the opportunity to move into foreman positions, some will move into superintendent positions, some will be managers of the company someday, and this program's helped them launch their career.
Yes, without a doubt, I think that it definitely gives me room for advancement, especially within the company. Long term in the company, looking forward, I'd like to be considered like a foreman and get to that position eventually, and all the skills that I've been learning in the program are definitely helping me further to that accomplishment.
That's a great thing about the Koetter Group or our company versus other construction companies. There's so many different options that you can work in. So we constantly have employees moving from one division to another just for a different career opportunity. So I feel like we have more training going on than most construction companies just because we're so broad in what we do. We're into so many different things. Looking at this program on the front end, we were looking at the training dollars that could help us in training our people and build their careers in these trades. We didn't anticipate the value that we would receive with the retention. Like I said, 20 out of 20 made it through the program and stayed with us our first 6 months when we got in the program initially. And out of those 20 employees, 19 are still with us today, the following year. So really, you can't put a price on that type of retention. And then what we've talked through is, even if this grant money is not available going forward, we're going to continue with this structure with our training and development, just because our employees like it so much and it's helped with our retention so much. The dollar amount on our retention, which in 2020 has went to 89%, as I touched on earlier, it was 75% back in 2019, and I think that large increase has a lot to do with this program.
Well, because I'm young, I don't have a whole lot of experience in other jobs, but I can say from word of mouth and just knowing other construction companies that the way that I've been treated at Koetter has been further and better on than any other thing that I hear. Our benefits here, as far as I know, are really good, and they treat all the employees like family, and it's family-owned business, so it's not a big company feel that you would typically get out of a construction company.
Honestly, it is a great program. it is a little bit challenging getting started. I mean, that's what I would tell someone, but it's well worth it. I mean, it's so worth it. You know, even we have the ability and the resources that if you need something, we all pull together and get it done. I'm sure a lot of companies have that, but it's so worth it. I mean, our employees, I think it gives them, they see a vision of a pathway. You know, they see that progress versus not knowing when their next raise is coming, not knowing if they're going to get recognition. So it has forced us to get into a program that's been successful, and that's why we want to continue on with it, even if the grant money's not there. And that's the truth. You know, I mean, I don't know if it'll be as successful as other companies, but it's been that successful for us. You know, so it's been surprising. The retention piece has really been surprising, which, you know, from an HR standpoint, it's a fight to keep people right now.
If you get a good employee, you want to do everything
Yes.
that you can to keep them.
You better hang on to them.